Hey Jessie, so I did a reading for you, and the very first message that came here is that Spirit wants to let you know that you're not alone. Like I have a feeling that you kind of feel like you're alone. You don't really have anybody that you can turn to, someone that won't understand you. And Spirit is like, no, you're not alone. They're here to guide you through this whole process. Like they've never ever left you. In terms of this energy, I did a complete read for you, and it seems like you are getting ready to embark on a new period of your life, and it looks like it's going to be very joyful. You're going to actually be happy. And so the message that I have for you, the first tarot card that I pulled for you was the Emperor. So as you can see, he's kind of like sitting on like a moon, and he has the head behind him, and as you can see, he has like this white like wind. Okay, so that's actually Spirit. And as you can see, he's kind of like he's chilling, right? He's at peace, and this is because he understands who he is. Like he's a natural leader. He has this power, so he's not like running around like a little chicken with his head cut off. He's actually just sitting there owning it, like he's on his king shit. And so Spirit is like, yes, this is you as well. Like I have a feeling right now you're kind of feeling like maybe you can't do something. You're kind of like feeling weak, like, oh, you keep talking yourself out of things. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. Like maybe you're kind of in that mentality of being a victim. And so this is like, no, this is a reminder that you're the fucking king. Like this is who you are. You are the emperor, right? So you have this masculine energy inside of you, and now it's time for you to stop playing it safe. Right now it's a reminder of who you truly are. Then we have the sun. So as you can see, she's dancing, she's happy, it's bright. I don't know if you can see this little line, right? But it's like the radiance of the sun just shines down completely on her. So this is the period of happiness where she's manifesting new things. Actually, it could also represent creativity. So it's new beginnings, new creativity, it's happiness, it's new manifestations, but it's also a period of just happiness and joy, right? Like when you see the sun literally can heal your body, right? Like the sun could literally make you happier. And this is telling you like, this is the period that you're going to be embarking on. So right now it might be hard to see because you feel like you're being challenged right now, but that period is soon to come to an end, and you're going to have a period where you're actually going to be happy. You're going to be rejoicing. You're going to be dancing in the sun. You're going to be embarking on a new journey. We also have the Page of Pentacles card. And so this is the manifestation card, right? This is the new beginnings. This is the new opportunities, right? So this card is saying that you have the power to manifest, and you are going to be manifesting something new, okay? So this is all about new beginnings. As you can see, we have the Emperor, who's showing that he's a natural leader. Then we have the Sun, where things are going to be happier and rejoicing. And then we have the manifestation card. So yes, you are actually on your way to something beautiful. But I could also see that you have the Three of Swords card. So if you look a little bit closely, you can see like some lines, like some scratches through the heart. And you can also see like the heart is kind of being pulled in every direction. So maybe you're experiencing some type of conflict. Maybe it was a breakup or a heartbreak or some type of loss, right? Something where you feel like something was taken from you. And I feel like this is the card, as you can see, she's screaming, right? This is the card where it's like, girl, let it out. Like sometimes we try to put up this facade of being strong and we don't want to express our emotions. And I feel like this card is coming to you as a reminder, like now is the time to let it out. If you got to scream, scream, cry, cry, whatever it is, let it out. Because even though there was some type of heartbreak, loss, or some type of conflict, guess what happens after you do that? There's a healing period. And because this came in the upright position, is letting me know that you're going to be embarking on a healing period, right? So if you have to cry, whatever you have to do to get it out, to express yourself, let it out, right? If somebody hurt your feelings, right? Let it out. Because once you let it out, you're going to be in the position where you can heal. Right? You're going to be in the position where you can now move on to the next thing, the thing that's actually better for you. Now, in terms of oracles, we have the angelic assistance, and as you can see, she has wings, right? But then as you can see, she's kind of like illuminated. She's lit from the inside out. So you can see from her core, there's like a light, but then it's also stretching from her fingertips as well as her head. So this is the reminder that you're being led by your spirit guides, right? Whenever you feel like you're lost, hopeless, you don't have a sense of direction, your spirit guides are like, look, we've never left you. We've always been here for you. So now's the time to channel us and get back in tune with us so So if you have not meditated lately, now is the sign that you want to actually meditate or pray or something where you can get back in touch with yourself and get back in touch with source or spirit guides, because they've been right here for you the whole time, and they have some messages that they want to deliver to you, which is also represented in this wisdom card. So as you can see, she's standing on the top of books and she's kind of like reaching to the sky. So I feel like for you at this moment, because it came with the emperor as well as the angelic assistants, this is telling you like to seek that wisdom from your spirit guides. If you have a question that's on your heart, what should you do? They're saying, come to us, we have the answer for you. Your answer is here in the sky. Your answer is here with spirit. Make sure that you're actually listening to it. The next card that we have is clarity. So this is about planning and releasing illusions. So this is where you want to sit down, right? Maybe this happens after your period of meditating, right? Maybe this happens after your period of speaking with your spirit guides. But actually sit down and think, what no longer serves you? What is getting in the way of you achieving this new happiness, achieving this happiness or this goal? What is getting in the way? What is actually not even truly you? Sometimes we hold on to things because it's our safety zone, it's our comfort zone. So what is it that you need to actually release, right? And a lot of times it's going to be releasing the illusion. So if you're telling yourself you can't do something, oh, I can't do this because people will think about me this certain way. Oh, I can't leave this person because it's what I've always known, or I just can't do it. It's like, no, you can do it. Like, release whatever illusion you have. And so this way, if it's because really it's getting in the way of you manifesting whatever it is that you truly want. So it's like, sit down and think about, who are you? Who is the real Jessi? What matters most to you? Get clear on that, because guess what? You have the Page of Pentacles, right? You have the Page of Pentacles. So you're going to be manifesting. So it's like, get rid of whatever it is that is actually getting in the way of you manifesting what it is that you truly desire. And then once you do that, take action. So we actually have the action card, right? And I don't know if you can see this, but she's actually free. She kind of like, I don't know if this reminds me like a ballerina or something, but as you can see, she's dancing, she's free, she's technically she is a ballerina. I just noticed that she had a little ballet shoes on. All right, so she has the moon there, right? And she's just like free. She's actually breaking free of the prison that she pretty much built around her own self, around her own capabilities when she was telling herself that she couldn't do something. Now she's actually free. So it's saying, take action. Sometimes we pray for direction, but we don't actually take the direction that we're given. So now it's the card, like if you've been asking for advice from your spirit guides or otherwise, and you've gotten that advice, now it's the time to take action. Sometimes we get this advice and we hold on to it because we're being led by fear. So this is the card that's telling you now it's time to take action. Then we pulled wisdom again. Now I feel like for this wisdom, it's actually about feeding into yourself, right? So as you can see, she has like a guitar in her hand and it's talking about learning, joy, art, and music. So I feel like this might be a sign to take a class or something. Sometimes we lack confidence that has us feeling like stuck because we don't necessarily have a certain skill. So if it's something that you want to do, and you know that you lack a skill, now's the time to actually take action and either sign up for that class. So whether it's a writing class, a journaling class, an art class, a cooking class, a music class, something, but take action and actually enroll in it, because that class might give you the wisdom that you need, but it also might give you the inspiration that you need. Maybe it's going to put you into the path where you meet somebody else that could lead you, right? Where you open up to new opportunities and new people, right? So the first wisdom card was more so about seeking guidance from your spirit guides, but this wisdom card I feel like is telling you to actually expose yourself to what it is that you truly need. So if you're feeling like stuck because you just don't have a skill to do something, it's like, no, now's the time to actually do it. Okay, the next card that we have is fear. So as you can see, she's in the night sky, but also if you look a little bit closer, there's a woman in a womb, right? And a woman in the womb, like she's kind of like protecting herself, right? She's not willing to break outside of this bubble. And I have a feeling that maybe it's you're being led by fear. Maybe you're not doing something because of fear. So whether it's fear of being alone, fear of being rejected, fear of saying no, fear of not people pleasing, right? Fear of finally putting your foot down and standing up for yourself. Or maybe it's the fear of failure that's getting you caught in this trap. So now it's actually time to take a look into your fears, right? So you are in this period of manifestation. You're in this period where there's going to be something new, something beautiful that's happening for you. And a lot of times we don't realize this, but our behavior is a manifestation of our thought process and our beliefs. So take a note of your actions or your inactions. So whenever you have this guidance, right, whenever spirit is telling you to do something and you choose not to do it, sit back and think, why not? What are you trying to avoid? What do you think is going to happen? What type of fear do you have around it? Is the fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, right? What type of fear do you have that's causing you to stay in this little womb where you're protected? Because we also have a card here where it's saying the unexpected. And whenever I see this card, I always say expect the unexpected. So sometimes we have this fear and we're thinking that things are going to go worse. And guess what happens? It's usually not, right? There's a saying that fear is just false evidence appearing as real. And so sometimes we fear that this thing is going to happen, and we make all of our life decisions based on that fear that we have. And usually what happens, it's not that at all, right? Usually our minds actually tricked us and psyched us out of it, and it made it just seem like so freaking bad. And then when we finally experience it, we're like, this was it? That was all you had? So I have a feeling that that fear that you have is very, very minimal, right? Like when you actually experience it, and you're going to see that as well. So it's like expect the unexpected. But then I also feel like this card is coming for another reason as well. So if you remember, we had the Three of Swords card, right? And it was talking about heartbreak or loss or some type of conflict. I have a feeling like once you embark on this period, because this card could also stand for healing, right? You might be feeling like you're giving up. You might be feeling like, oh, you can't do anything. But this also represents healing. And so you might feel like you're at a dead end, but now it's telling you no. Something unexpected is going to happen. You think that you're stuck, and something beautiful is going to happen for you. There's going to be a new passage that opens up for you. You think you're closing one door because of this card, and this is telling you, no, there's going to be another brighter door that's opening up for you. There's going to be a new brighter door that's opening up for you. So there's going to be something unexpected, an unexpected blessing that's happening for you throughout all of this. And sometimes it's hard to see that because we always feel like we're being beat down. If it's like one thing, it's the next. It's just a bunch of stuff that's just happening at one time. And this is like, guess what? After this storm, there's going to come shine. All right. The next card that we have is the tenderness card. So in both the giraffe as well as the lady, it takes a lot of trust to put yourself in this position, right? Animals have naturally seen humans as dangerous, and humans have naturally seen larger animals as dangerous, right? So to be in a position where she's actually kissing him, she's trusting that he's not about to kick the shit out of her and knock her down to the ground. But also, he's trusting her that she's not going to probably kill him, because they've seen it happen, unfortunately. So this card is saying to approach the situation with tenderness. I feel like you might be beating yourself up, right? And so it's telling you like now is to be a little bit more tender with yourself. Now's the time to be a little bit more compassionate with yourself, a little bit more forgiving. Maybe you're coming down too hard on yourself. And also this new period that you're embarking on, I feel like this is a reminder as well to be compassionate to those around you. Sometimes when we are going through our emotions, right, we feel beat down. And sometimes we subconsciously treat people how we feel internally, and we don't recognize that. And a lot of times they're like, why are we being met with this negativity? And a lot of times it's because of what's manifested in us. So I feel like this is also a reminder is to pay attention to how you're treating those around yourself. So make sure that you're being more compassionate with yourself. Make sure that you're being more tender with yourself, but then also make sure that you're doing the same thing around others as well. Like, have you ever noticed that if you smile really, really brightly at somebody, they'll match your smile? That's naturally what we're designed to do. And so just as well as if you come to someone and you have a bunch of aggressive energy, or maybe it's energy where they just don't feel appreciated, they might match that same energy that you're putting out. And so I feel like this card is telling you to make sure that you're paying attention to how you treat yourself as well as treat others. And if you are in the process of, I don't know if maybe it's a heartbreak or something where you end up meeting somebody new, it's like making sure that you're not holding on to the past resentment, the past hurt, right? Because it's telling you this is the time to be tender, right? Whatever new journey that you're embarking on, right? Because we have the Sun card, right? So something new is coming. You have the Page of Pentacle card. Something new is coming for you. So it's like whatever it is that's new that's coming your way, this is the reminder to be tender with it. This is the reminder to be compassionate. This is the reminder, like this is the possible chance for love here, right? Love or passion or some type of deep positive emotion. So you want to make sure that you're treating it as such. So this way you don't because a lot of this stuff that you're going through, I feel like you've earned it. Like you've earned this new beginning. I feel like you've been through hell and back. I feel like you've given up. I feel like you've self-sacrificed a lot. And so it's like, no, whatever you have, you deserve it. It's coming to you. So let's make sure that you actually keep it. The next card that we have is intuition. So as you can see, it's a queen on her throne and she has a little baby. And she also has like a shield or like some type of fighting thing there. And she's looking straight ahead. She's looking straight ahead, right? Because she's receiving this guidance, this inner guidance from spirit. And so as we saw before in both the angelic assistance card as well as the other wisdom card, I feel like this is that moment. This is the reminder is to also make sure that you're listening to your intuition. Like if you have that gut feeling, if you feel that urge to do something, now is the time to actually do it. This is your gut instinct. This is coming to you directly from spirit. Like do not be led by your fear, right? Like the direction that you've been praying for, now it's time to, guess what? Act on it. So it's saying like, hey, all the messages that you're receiving, they're valid. It's coming directly from spirit. So if you have not, make sure that you're meditating, make sure that you're praying. Actually take time to actually get rid of all of that silence, to quiet all of the noise, all of the little false things that's telling you that you can't, all of the things that's telling you, oh, you need to be worried about this, you need to be worried about that. It's time to actually quiet all of that noise and listen to your inner guidance. Like the reason why you have that emotion is for a reason. You're being guided by your divine spirits. And so this is the message that they have for you. The next card that we have is storms. So as you can see, she's like badass, right? Like she's standing in the midst of the storm. And I have a feeling like this also might be a calling for you, is to stand into this like storm-like energy where you let your presence be known. So if you are actually playing it safe, like you're not speaking up for yourself, you're letting people just run all over you, this is a sign like, no, hey, you are a storm. You're a force to be reckoned with. But then also after the storm, what happens, right? Usually the sun comes out again. You have a rainbow that pops up. So it also signifies new beginnings as well, right? Storms are just temporary. So this is also a reminder, like what you're going through right now, it's not going to last forever. So take what you can, take that strength from this storm and just go out and tackle the world with it and open it in and welcome those new beginnings that are coming to you, because things are going to be brighter, right? Just like there's usually a sun comes after a storm, we also have, well, look at that, we got the sun. So now is the message like, yes, there's going to be sunshine after this shitty storm that you're going through. And sometimes to get through this shitty storm is to become the storm. Bringing me to the next card that we have for you. I don't know if you can see this one. Oh, well, maybe you can. So as you can see, she's like this big queen energy and she's dancing, right? But she has like the smaller people like dancing around her. And so this is the moment to live out loud. If you've been playing it safe, if you've been telling yourself you can't do something, if you've been letting people just walk all over you, treat you like shit, like if you keep feeling like helpless, this is the sign like, no, girl, live in your purpose, right? That is, you were not designed to play meek and mild. You were not designed to just be some little carpet that people can just walk all over. No, you were designed to be this queen fucking energy. As you can see, look at that big queen. You also have the Emperor. This is who you are. This is who you truly are. So if you're letting somebody walk all over you, if you're just putting up with any damn thing because maybe you fear being alone, maybe you fear being an outcast, this is like, no, now is the time to actually live out loud. Start standing up for yourself. This is the time where you start putting your needs first, right? So we had this clarity card where it's talking about release the illusions. This is like releasing what you think you have to be for other people. Right? Releasing what you think you have to do to be accepted. Releasing all of those negative emotions and start living your purpose, being true to yourself. What does not serve you anymore? Now it's time to actually release that and live out loud, living your purpose. We also have the healer card. What does it say? It says you have powerful healing gifts, have faith in your abilities, and stay true to your path as a healer. So I feel like maybe you have been feeling like you can't do something, maybe feeling a little bit helpless, feeling a little bit hopeless, maybe putting yourself off as the victim. And sometimes we do that because we do have a fear. Maybe it's the fear of failure. Maybe it's the fear of the unknown. Maybe it's the fear of not needing somebody as much as we think that we truly do. And so this card is saying like, no, you have the ability to heal yourself. Don't forget, like, hey, look at this. You're being guided. You have the guidance from your spirit. They never ever left you. So they're saying you have this power. Stop putting your power off into somebody else's hands. Now it's time for you to reclaim your power and take back your healing energy. You might think that you need somebody else, and this card is saying, no, you don't need anybody but yourself. You have this power. You have this ability to heal yourself. And then remember, we also have the Three of Swords. So the swords can represent a healing period. So it's like if you think that you have to stay stuck in this moment, you feel like you have to adopt this as your identity, you think that you have to continue to do this, it's like, no, this is the period to heal yourself. This is a period of healing. So maybe look into some type of self-care, right? Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's journaling, maybe it's yoga, maybe it's learning a new skill. Because remember, we also had this wisdom card where it's talking about learning and art and joy. So maybe it's actually taking a class where now you start to feed back into yourself. Remember, you have the power to do this, but all you need is a little bit of courage. Okay, so in the courage card, it says you are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. Okay, so let me repeat that. You're safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. So all you need is a little bit of courage, right? And I feel like with this card, it pretty much represented everything. Like if you feel like you can't say something, if you feel like you're, I feel like safe might not mean physically safe for you, but like maybe it's acceptance, right? You're safe to be who you are. You're safe to put your foot down. You're safe to stand up for yourself. You're safe to live your life how you choose to. Fear, right? Whether you feel you're going to get rejected. A lot of times we make these decisions based out of fear, and the result is not even what we thought what we planned. So this is like, no, fear is just an illusion. Don't be led by your fear, but be led by your courage. So reminding yourself, you have this emperor energy. Reminding yourself, you are this king. Take back your masculine power. So we have this masculine energy, and something I just noticed, we have the masculine energy in the emperor, and then we also have the action card. Okay, so it's saying take this masculine energy and act on it, right? Sometimes we lean into our feminine energy where we're just receiving, and now it's telling you, no, it's time to act. So if you're just feeling like safe in this little womb where you can't do something, it's like, no, bust free. You can do that. You can actually bust free from whatever it is that you want to. You just need a little bit of courage. So feed into yourself, right? So maybe that's going to be some positive affirmations, whether it's going to be some visualization, right? Where you start to visualize yourself as this big queen stepping into her king energy so she can take action, right? Feeding yourself those positive affirmations so you can start to face those fears. And then also it says set strong boundaries. So if you're letting somebody just walk all over you, if you're too afraid to say no, right? Remember that you have the strength to do so. Remember in this card, we had the releasing illusions. So if you think that you can't do something because you're worried about what the next person might think or might say, it's like release that and have the courage to stand up for yourself. Release that and have the courage to actually set healthy boundaries. Sometimes we think boundaries make us mean, but boundaries actually is what establishes a healthy relationship. Some people don't know that they're actually stepping over your boundaries if you don't say anything. And if you don't say anything, how would they ever know? And they'll continue to do it. And each time you don't say anything, you feel worse and worse and worse. So now is the time to have that courage and start to stand up for yourself and set those boundaries if you want a happy relationship. All right. So that is the message that I have for you, is Spirit is telling you you're not alone. So whatever illusion, whatever lie that you said, oh my God, why is this only happening to me? Spirit is like, no, you're not alone. We're here to guide you. Now it's time to tap back into us. Get back connected with source. Get back connected with spirit. Start to meditate, right? Meditate or look into different breathing exercises, or, look into different like heart chakra, root chakra meditations. Now is the time to get back connected, right? And then the clarity card, start to find out what really matters to you and don't settle for less, releasing those illusions. And then also possibly seeking some type of knowledge or a new skill. If you're trying to take a new road and you keep telling yourself you can't do it, and you probably feel like you can't do it just because you don't have the knowledge. It's like, well, girl, you can actually educate yourself. So if you have to, don't be afraid to seek outside knowledge and education. And then also remember that you do have the inner wisdom from your spirit guides as well. So trust that direction that they're guiding you in. Trust it. You've been praying for the direction. They're delivering it for you now. So quiet out all of that noise that's telling you you can't. And then also quiet out any other external noise that's telling you that you can't. And of course, you're going to be embarking on a new journey, right? We have the Sun card. Great things are happening with this card. Positivity, creativity, new beginnings. The Emperor card, you're a natural leader. So if you're over here playing it safe, you're not, you don't want to offend anybody. You don't want to do that. Guess what? You're always going to offend somebody, boo-boo. So now it's like, fuck that. No matter, it's going to happen anyway, but it's just time to start to stand up for yourself and to walk into this new energy. And it's time for a little period of healing. So don't be afraid to take some time for yourself and start to pour into yourself and give yourself everything that you need to nourish yourself so that you can walk into this new period and start to receive these unexpected blessings. Hope that helps.